81 of Lane Zerbin. Outside of Zerbin, the 13K, she is out of Winnemucca, Nevada, in the Pastime Club, Dakota Diesel Repair, Reno Rock, Razor Chassis, Katie Sample. Starting in the third place position, it's the 4TH, John Blair out of Springfield, Kirk Racing, Ashley Family Racing, B&R Sheet Metal, D&M Chassis, and special thanks to the one he calls his old lady, John Blair. Starting fourth out of Woodland, Washington. Second row outside, Tommy's Transmissions, Opsol, Dawson Accounting, Reed's Automotive, 3WT Graphics, Victory Circle Chassis, Aaron Elwes. P5 in the starting grid, it's the 27. Out of Port Hardy, British Columbia, Canada, Apple Computers, Amazon Company, Google Logistics, QID Limited, QMPC Limited, Superior Concrete, Alien Race Car is his weapon of choice. That is Lawrence O'Connor. In the 58, another Woodland, Washington racer, the Reed's Automotive LG2 Chassis, Devin Reed. Devin Reed will start sixth. Starting in seventh, Ryan Lauer out of Santa Maria, California, the brother of your winner of the first heat race, Danny Lauer. Alpine Refrigeration, Jared Dominguez Welding, El Dorado Speed Shop, Apodaca Paving, LB Designs, 3D Painting, Pacific Development, Golfus Racing, Brand Creative West Building Signs, ATI Construction, Johnny Fab Bodies, and he is running a PCD chassis. And the Lauer team, interesting thing that they have for sale in the pit area is they have racing rub, is what they call it. It's rub that you use to put on your meats that you like to cook. You can check it out. As well as several of these teams have T-shirts and apparel for sale, and that will be giving you access to the pit area at the conclusion of the final main event tonight. So it'll be British Columbia, Canada, and Nevada on the front row. Lane Zerbin in the 81 machine. Coming to us the provincial capital city of Victoria in the 81, while the outside, Winnemucca, Nevada, home of Winnemucca Regional Raceway, and Katie Sample, the defending Shaw Race Cars Western Region Rookie of the Year. 6 cars traveling the distance of 8 laps. Remember, the heat race winner automatically punches their ticket into the main event. Will start no worse than 10th for the Friesen Performance IMC Modifieds, and the highest passer in each heat race goes in as well, automatically. Then it's the top 2 overall when everything's combined together of non-locked-in cars. Zerbin and Sample out of turn 4. Green is out. Lane Zerbin to the inside is going to get out in front of Katie Sample as Lawrence O'Connor. Oh my, Zerbin a little out of shape. Sample answers on the inside of the 81 and nearly 3 wide for position number 1. But Lane Zerbin will hold on to lead the opening lap. Katie Sample running in second. Third is Lawrence O'Connor. A battle for fourth. A good one between the 3L of Ryan Lauer and the 48 of Aaron Elwes as Lawrence O'Connor in the 27 gets past Katie Sample. Little bit of incidental contact between the 3L of Ryan Lauer and the 13K Katie Sample as Lauer in the 3L goes up to P3. Aaron Elwes fourth. Fifth, Katie Sample. Sixth is Devin Reed. Seventh is John Blair. Lane Zerbin in the 81 trying to check out from fellow British Columbian Lawrence O'Connor. Both drivers residents of gorgeous and scenic Vancouver Island. It is Zerbin in Victoria at the farthest southeast practically of the island, while the farthest northwest you can pretty much get is Port Hardy, BC, where Lawrence O'Connor hangs his hat. Fight developing here for third place. The 3L of Ryan Lauer has it. Aaron Elwes wants it. Elwes to the bottom. It's Lauer utilizing the middle of the racing surface. Lauer getting sideways and trouble. Katie Sample makes some pretty heavy contact to the right rear portion of the 3L. Our first stoppage of the night. 3L of Ryan Lauer while running in third, spinning. And looks like mainly cosmetic door panel damage in the right rear portion of the 3L of Ryan Lauer. 13K Katie Sample taking a pretty massive hit to the right side door, as you can see as she makes her way around. So Lane Zerbin leads. The young man out of Victoria, British Columbia, Lawrence O'Connor, the veteran racer from Port Hardy, BC. A lot of credentials to his credit. Former Canadian flat track motorcycle champion, former winner at Triport Speedway, a former champion there, Saratoga Speedway, both of those on Vancouver Island, and Sun Valley Speedway on the mainland in Vernon, BC. Twice a champion at Skagit Speedway, most recently winning the Bristol Dirt Nationals in Tennessee. Aaron Elwes will restart third, Devin Reed fourth, John Player fifth, and sixth and final starter, Ryan Lowers. Unfortunately, Katie Sample is pulled off. Sample reporting to the work area, and it does sound like she will be able to make it back out. Delaware double file restart in which the leader is all by their lonesome up front. Second place gets to elect to restart either high or low, and everybody else is arbitrarily put in place by where they're running. Lawrence O'Connor and Aaron Elwes toe-to-toe for second place. Elwes in the 48 trying to run down the 81 of Lane Zerbin is a wild and crazy fight for fourth place between Devin Reed, John Player, and Ryan Lauer. Lauer will pull it in the infield, as will John Player. No caution. We're going to keep this one green. Aaron Elwes and Lawrence O'Connor continue to battle for second. It's a great exchange between the two drivers. Hard, clean racing, but it is allowing the 81 Elaine Zerbin to pull away. In fact, Zerbin has to hold on for just one more lap. Lane Zerbin looking to be a part of the redraw if he's able to pick up this heat race win. Heat race number 2 for the Friesen Performance IMCA Modifieds will be won by Lane Zerbin. Lawrence O'Connor second, Aaron Elwes third, Devin Reed finishes fourth. Fifth will be Katie Sample. Ryan Lauer sixth, and John Player will finish in seventh. So halfway through the heat races for the Friesen Performance IMCA Modifieds. Heat race number 3 will grid up like this. The Accelerated Urgent Care Advanced Sign Contractors, Troy Morris Trucking, American Fabrication, Stevenson Suspension, 07X, Victory Circle Chassis out of Bakersfield, California, Troy Morris III. Outside of him, another young man from Otis, just outside of Lincoln City, the Whistler Construction, All-Purpose Storage, Knotworks Construction, Mark's RV Repair, Meredith Lodging, Otis Market and Fueling, Lincoln City, Salem Liquor Outlet, RK Concrete Construction, U.S. Market, GRT by Phillips Chassis. That is Ian Whistler. In car number 63, lining up in third, Swear Trucking, James Gang Pizza, Point S Tires, Gills Tires of McMinnville, Showtime Tech, Discount Race Car Parts Shaw, Mike Swear. In the 3, out of Cottage Grove, Rose Logging, Anvil Auto and Repair, Rigid Industries, Pacific Rubber, Rayburn Chassis, Jeremy DeGroot. And driving car number 13, it's the Jerry Schramnone entry. Last night, 4th in the main event. Schramm Brothers Excavating, James Gang Pizza, Lynn Benton Insurance, J.K. Pickle Trucking, who will want to welcome some of his fans cheering on. Crocker's Cars, Checkered Flag Paving and Asphalt, Seal Coating, AM1 Roofing, Raceprint.com, Willamette Messenger Service, Donofrio Skyline Ford Running and Rage Chassis, Bryson James. And last night's winner, the W5, it's Coburg's Jesse Williamson in the Coburg Distillery, Custom Powder Works, Furniture Options, SDMF Customs, James Gang Pizza, Superior Fuel Cells, sponsored SDMF Chassis. The Troy Morris III, already a victory at Merced Speedway in Central California in 2022. Making the journey up here. Last night finished 9th in the main event. While the youngest competitor in the field, Ian Whistler in car number 28, is the outside pole sitter. So it'll be the Central Valley versus the Northern Oregon Coast. On the front row is Ryan Lauer getting some assistance back in the pit area. Hopefully not done for the night. A rough heat race for the 3L from Santa Maria. After this, one more heat race for the Friesen Performance IMCA Modifieds. Six cars all reporting, 8 laps the distance. Friesen Performance IMCA Modifieds about to get back underway, and this heat race starts now. Green flag, and we are away as Ian Whistler trying to outduel the 07X of Troy Morris III for position number 1. They're still side by side, drag racing down the back straightaway. Lap number 1 will be led by Troy Morris III out of Bakersfield, California. Ian Whistler running in second, and from worst to third is the W5 Jesse Williamson, followed by the 13 of Bryson James fourth. Mike Swear fifth, Jeremy DeGroot is sixth as Ian Whistler looking to go to the inside of Troy Morris III for position number 1. 2 laps complete and 6 to go as Jeremy DeGroot takes the scenic route through the infield, gets back on the track. No caution, we're going to stay green. Jesse Williamson putting some fire on the 28 of Ian Whistler for the runner-up spot. As Williamson looking to be a part of the redraw. If he can pass the most cars, currently going from 6th to 3rd. He's the biggest mover and shaker thus far. 4 laps into this one at the midway point. It's been all Troy Morris III. Ian Whistler second. Jesse Williamson is in position number 3. 4th is Bryson James as lap traffic coming into the picture. Bryson James in the 13 trying to navigate underneath Jesse Williamson to move 1 position up. Jeremy DeGroot in the 3 up on the high side. Everyone manages to make the pass on the bottom. Speaking of which, Bryson James looking to strike down below Jesse Williamson, and he will move up 1 more spot. And now Bryson James looking to be the biggest mover in this Friesen Performance IMCA Modified Heat Race. He's going to hit the inside berm a little bit. Trouble going to strike as the white flag comes out. Trouble striking with the 3 of Jeremy DeGroot, and the 3 spinning in turns 3 and 4. And that will result in our first stoppage of this race. Six laps complete and 2 to go. Your race leader, Troy Morris III, saw the white flag, just had a few more corners to operate with. But we're going to have a green-white checkered finish coming up. Ian Whistler is second. We'll find out on the last completed lap who was ahead of whom. And it's sounding like Jesse Williamson is running in 3rd. We revert to the last completed lap. Bryson James 4th. Mike Swear will restart 5th. And Jeremy DeGroot, it looks like, still on the lead lap in car number 3. He will be scored 6th. Delaware double file restart coming up. And a little bit more detail on that. The leaders all by their lonesome out front. Second place can elect high and low. After that, the even running cars will be on the inside arbitrarily, and the odd cars will be on the outside line. So your 4th and 5th place drivers, inside and outside, and so on and so forth. Green flag is out, and Jesse Williamson, who is in danger of going back to 4th, is now in a prime position to move up in a second. The W5 of Jesse Williamson and the 28 of Ian Whistler, close proximity to each other. And Bryson James looking to get in on the action and possibly move up into 3rd. White flag is out 1 more time around for Troy Morris III. Morris in the white and red 07X coming out of the 4th bend will become the heat race winner for Friesen Performance IMCA Modified Heat Race number 3. Jesse Williamson 2nd, 3rd Ian Whistler, 4th Bryson James, 5th Mike Swear, and 6th Jeremy DeGroot. 4th and final heat race.